guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys new here on my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So this are the foundation that I've been loving this year in 2017, and this are the foundation that I will use it in different occasions. For example, for everyday makeup look or for an event or some travel that I'll be doing. And I would like to separate it in different category on doing the best of 2017 makeup, because I feel like this is easier and short videos to you guys to understand what I've been loving. So without further ado, let's get started on the video. I've been doing some homework here. I've listed out my favorite foundation in this year, and it came out I have 5 high-end foundation and 4 drugstore foundation to share with you guys. The first foundation I want to share with you guys is this Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. And if you guys have been watching my channel, this is not something new because I've been loving this foundation since last year, and I keep loving it this year because it is amazing for my oily skin. And also this is the foundation that I will wear in an event or some places that I won't be able to touch up, and I will still look good on this foundation. And I actually wore this foundation during Gem Beauty event that I attend in San Francisco, and I've been loving this foundation since. And this foundation, it never fails me, and this is my go-to foundation if I need something that it has a medium to full coverage. And the only thing I would complain about this foundation that it didn't come with a pump, so you have to purchase a matte pump and then just put it on top, but then you can have a lid on. But this has a lock so it wouldn't spill if you're traveling with this foundation. This is my always to go foundation if I have to attend an event or party, or I'll be out for a long time, I won't be able to touch up, and I will be using this foundation. Another high-end foundation is this Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, and you can tell the line right here. I've been using up 1/3 of the product. So on this foundation, you actually don't need much to apply on your face because a little dot on each side of your face, it really covers a lot. And it also still gives you a full coverage on your face. And I have to say, this is a matte finish, so if you guys have dry skin, I don't know how it works, but then it works on my oily skin. This would be my foundation choice if I want to go for a full coverage look. So for another foundation, I will wear this for everyday look, and this is from Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. And at first I heard the name Luminous, I was like, oh, this foundation wouldn't work on my oily skin type. But then after reading a lot of reviews on Sephora.com, and I picked this up and I really like this foundation. It still works on my oily skin, and I will use this on everyday look, and not necessarily I will use it for full coverage and for event. But then this looks like just my skin, and it looks really nice and natural for everyday look. I know this is more on the pricey side, so I will have some alternative on the drugstore for you guys, but this is something that I would love to use it every day. It still have the very natural look, and it still covers up your imperfection, and it stays very nice on my oily skin. I do have to set it with a setting powder on this foundation. I mean, I have to set it with my Laura Mercier setting powder for every foundation because I do have oily skin. And the next foundation is something that it just came out this year, and I'm sure you guys know this will be in my collection. And this is my YSL All Hours foundation, and this foundation, it really holds up pretty good on oily skin, even though I was in the house for summer and I was sweating, but this foundation, it still holds up pretty good. And I like that it gives you a filter finish, kind of like blur out your pores, your imperfection. Yeah, it stay put very long, and I do have oily skin, and I love this stuff. This would be a foundation if I don't know what to wear that day, I will be pulling this out because I know this would stay up for the whole day and you don't have to worry about touch up. The only complaint I have on this foundation would be the foundation shade. It really oxidized for a shade or two darker, so when you purchase this foundation, you have to be aware on the shade range. And the last high-end foundation is this Fenty Beauty foundation, and I just recently tried this out, and I really love how it gives the filter look. I would say these two are very similar, but then this has more a staying power. It doesn't get me too oily, but for this, it really gives me a filter finish. Like, it blurs my pores, my imperfection. I would say it blurs really nice in my chin area because this is my problematic area. And this foundation is still stay very good on my oily skin, and I will use this for everyday use because after 8 hours it does get very oily. So let's move on to drugstore foundation that I've been loving this year, and it has to be this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24 Hours Foundation. And this foundation is something that I would bring with me while I was traveling because I don't have to worry about the bottle that on the high-end foundation it would broke, because these are the glass finish and this is just like a plastic finish, so I don't have to worry about spilling or it broke and these are a lot cheaper than the high-end foundation, obviously. And also I really like the coverage on this. It's a matte finish and it stays very nice on my oily skin. I don't have to worry about touch up. So this is something that is similar to my high-end Estee Lauder, but then this gives it a more full coverage, and this it gives like a natural matte finish and medium to full coverage, if that makes sense. So this is something that I don't have to worry about when I travel. And I actually bring this with me to the Mexico trip that I just went in summer, and this holds up pretty nice on Mexico trip and during that weather. And this is the only foundation that I wear during the trip. And the next foundation, I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of people loving this foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation, and I got the shade 220. I actually got other few shades for summertime, and 220 is my winter time. And I've been loving this foundation. This is my everyday makeup look. It gives me a matte finish, yet it stayed up pretty good on 8 hours mark. And I will use this for everyday makeup look because it doesn't feel you have a foundation on your skin. It feels very comfortable and it still gives you a matte finish, and you don't have to worry about a crease or a creasing during the day. And the next foundation, it will be this Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of good things about this foundation. It's very cheap and still it gives you a matte finish. But then the only complaint that I have would be this foundation, it doesn't come with a pump. It comes with this spatula right here, and actually it wasn't that hard to apply it on your face because the spatula, it kind of take out all the product and you just have to spread it on your face. And this is something that I love to use it on the everyday look. It's very natural, yet it hold up on my face with my oily skin. And the good part on this foundation that it doesn't have a flashback. Here it says on the back, when you do a flashback photography, it doesn't really have that white cast on your face. And last but not least, this foundation just came in time in this year, and this is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation for 24 hours. And I know they have an older version back then, but I haven't tried that yet. But this is the Maybelline foundation that I've been loving, and this foundation is seriously the best foundation I've tried because it holds up pretty nice on my oily skin. I've been wearing this for a party and I have been out for, I would say, 10 hours, and it still stay put on my skin. I have a little oil peeking through in that 10 hours, the last 2 hours mark, I would say. But this foundation, it just holds up pretty nice, and it just gives you a very nice filter on your face. It kind of blurs out all my imperfection, my large pores, my chin area. It just looks so nice with my skin with this foundation, and I'm glad this foundation, it really works on my oily skin. And I actually did a review on this foundation, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll put the card right here. You guys can click it and check it out and see how it works on my oily skin. So that is it. That's all the foundation that I've been loving this year in 2017, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. If you guys do, please give me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe down below and click that ring bell button so that you get notification on my new video updates. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!